welcome back. So this week I decided that we've had enough male bashing for the last couple of weeks. Obviously this channel is not about male bashing because bitch is a scandalous tool. I actually have a viewer story for you guys coming up about a wife who did something shady to her husband. So bitches is trifling too. So this week I decided we are going to switch it up a bit and we are going to do another crazy bitch chronicle. Okay, I don't know what it is about me, but I attract some very crazy psycho ass bitches in my life, and I have another one of those. So if you didn't catch the last one, it was the second video that I've ever posted. I am going to link it down below. Check it out. We are going to get into this one right now. All the names in this story have been changed to protect the motherfucking guilty. Okay, so let's get to it. Back to my college days. So I didn't go to college right out of high school like most people do. But I went a few years after. So when I was in college, I was a bit older than a lot of people. So I didn't make many friends. I went to school, came home because I didn't want to run the risk of having 18-year-old friends or a 17-year-old boyfriend that I thought was 21. So I didn't, I kept to myself. So I meet this girl in one of my classes. She is another mixed black girl. There are not many of us, so we naturally connected in class.
Worst fucking day of my life.
I should really sue the school for causing me this turmoil that you were about to hear about, right? So me in school, we, have a lot of group projects together. We, obviously I'm seeing her 2-3 times a week because of school. So the weirdness doesn't start off right away. It's very subtle, right? Like it starts off very subtle. I'm pretty good at reading people. So I'm a pretty good judge of character. So I notice very early on that she's a little clingy, right? Now, maybe she doesn't have a lot of friends. Maybe she's an only child. There's a lot of reasons to be clingy, but I noticed right off the bat that she's clingy, calling a lot, texting a lot, trying to hang out outside of school. Mind you, I'm already like, I don't want no friends that are 5. I just don't. I just need some friends that's my age, okay? But she's, very adamant to hang out outside of school. She is just calls me nonstop, just trying to get too close too fast, and that always turns me off on a bitch. Like, you trying to be my friend, you doing too much too fast, like it's a red flag to me. You know what I mean? Let shit happen naturally and let the friendship progress at its own fucking rate. Stop trying to speed it up. Anyway, so she particularly took an interest in my friends. Now, the fact that you went through my Instagram and figured out who the fuck my friends were, that's weird too. That's red flag number 2, bitch. You almost out of here, and we ain't even 3 minutes into the story. So she would always ask me about certain friends, and why don't we hang out with them? Why don't we do this? Why don't we do this? Like, bitch, I don't even want to hang out with you. Like, what? Anyway, so one day I'm going to the beach, and she calls me, and I'm like, I'm on my way to the beach with my 2 friends, and she just mysteriously was going to the beach as well, or she invited her. So I don't really remember how the fuck she ended up coming on this beach trip, but her ass was coming on this trip. Like, me with my friends, like, yeah, she was definitely coming. So she comes to the beach. Me and my 2 friends, Star and Raven. Hi, y'all. I know y'all remember this story about this crazy little bitch. Anyway, so we go to the beach. They notice right off the bat her energy is very weird. She's very weird. She's just off. Like, it's like all of us are telling a story that we were all a part of and we were all there, and she's like, I know, right? Like, I remember, like as if she was there. And it's like, girl, you were not there, and we all remember because we were there. So it's okay to nod and smile and tell a relatable story, but you don't tell the story as if you were there and we weren't. Like, it was just weird. So things got really bizarre when me and my best friend are like taking pictures. Like, of course, we're on the beach taking fake, candid fucking pictures. Like, you know what I mean? And we're like holding hands, and we're like staring at each other. Are you having so much fun, bitch? Are you having so much fun, bitch? Yeah. So it's like one of those, right? So she starts wanting to mimic and recreate every fucking picture that me and my best friend took. And I'm like, no, I don't want to. You know what I mean? Like, she'd try and hold my hand. Let's do that. Like, let's do what you guys just did. No, I don't want to. I don't want to. But it's like, what do you do? What do? You tell the bitch, no, this is weird. Like, that's what I was thinking. But I didn't want to, like, say it. I didn't want to be mean. So whatever. I'm like, okay, you know what? After today,
You're out of here, bitch.
so of course, you know, I still have to see her every day. Like, she was so ecstatic about the damn beach trip. She just kept talking about it. Oh, call Raven, call Star, let's hang out. I'm like, girl, no, you will never see the light of day with any of my friends ever again. Luckily, those are my two of my really close friends, so they completely understood. Like, bitch, you attract weird bitches. They had already known about other weird Justin Timberlake bitch. If you don't know that story, it's linked below, but they had already known about her, so they're like, bitch, you attract them weird ass bitches, okay? So whatever, you know, I'm just like, you know, I just gotta get through this semester. Once this semester is done, I am just gonna get rid of the hoe. So of course the semester ends, I have summer school, and guess who's in my class? Because that's just the way the fucking cookie crumbles. She's in my class, so now I have to see her every day for summer school. So in summer school, I start to notice a few things. I start to notice that she's no longer wearing regular clothes anymore. She's now wearing activewear all the time. Who wears activewear all the time? Me. I have my own activewear brand, sunandsweat.com. Anyway, but she's starting to wear activewear all the time. If my nails are painted a certain color, I noticed that she would come with her nails painted that color. When I met her, she had straight jet black hair that she pressed out all the time, and she starts wearing it curly all of a sudden, you know. And it was at the point where she told me that she was gonna dye her hair blonde, where I was like, all right, bitch, all right, now I seen the fucking roommate. You are going to try and steal my identity and take over my life. That's what's coming. That's what I felt like was happening. Like, she's going to try and take over my life and become me and kill me and act as though she is me. You know what I mean? Like, I was really freaked out by her. Like, you know, just, you're dressing like me, you're trying to talk like me, you're wearing your hair like me, you're wearing your nails like me. You're like, it is okay to be inspired by somebody, but you just can't be somebody. That's just weird. You know what I mean? It's just weird. Did you think that was gonna impress me? Because it didn't, bitch. It scared me. Anyway, so after summer school, I'm like, I am really done with this bitch. So the next semester, I just avoided her. Like, I just, you know, kept my distance from her, took different routes to fucking class to avoid her. You know, I only text her very sparingly because I didn't want to, like, be cutthroat. But I'm like, if I'm dry with her, if I'm not writing back, if I'm not answering her calls, I'm not calling her back, she'll get the point. Most motherfuckers will get the point, right? Anyway, so I guess this upset her. This upset her in some way, because one day I came outside to my car and my tire was popped. Now, mind you, because I lived so close to the school, she definitely knew what building I lived in. The bitch was probably watching me walk home, to be honest. Like, but there had been many times where I would walk home from school, she would be with me and she would see me go into my building. But she was so adamant about coming in and visiting my apartment and knowing where I lived that I never let her know where I lived. I didn't let her know what floor. I didn't let her know what apartment number. Like, she would always ask me and I would just make up some shit. Oh, girl, yeah, like, way in the back. I don't even know the number. I don't got a number on my door. Shit, I don't fucking know. So I knew that she knew, right? So my tire's popped, right? I take it to the tire shop. They're like, yep, somebody definitely did this on purpose. It's a hole right in the side of your tire and you need to get it fixed. So I kind of had an idea that it was her, because I'm like, who else would do this? Who else is showing obsessive, weird behavior? Like, I know a bitch is cool, but I ain't that cool, bitch. You know what I mean? Like, whatever. Anyway, so how I confirmed it was her was, I was like, oh my God, girl, guess what? You're never gonna believe what happened. Somebody popped my tire and they caught it on camera. Do you wanna come with me to, like, look at the cameras and figure out who did this? And she was like, no, I can't. Like, she was so panicked and frantic that I was like, bitch, it was you. And I know it was you. But I had just got in trouble for thumping old bitch in the other video, that I was spooked. The law had spooked me. I said, you know, I'm gonna keep my hands to myself. I'm not gonna hit nobody. I do not want to go to jail. So I'm just going to let it go, right? Like, I'm just gonna take the high road. I'm gonna get my tire fixed and I'm gonna let it go, right? Because I really should have whooped the hoe's ass. Like, bitch, you popped my tire. This shit costs $400 to fix. That's an ass whooping. But I was a new person because I was in anger management. Anyway, so what definitely solidified that she did it was that she called me the next day and was like, you know, I just wanted to ask you that if like you found out that the person who popped your tire was like somebody that you knew, and like was your friend, would you like still be friends with them? And I was like,
You got something to tell me, yo?
I was just like, no, absolutely I would not, because if you're popping my tire, you obviously don't like me that much, so why would I continue to be your friend? Duh, you know? So she's like, oh, and I was like, why, do you know something? Do you know who did it? You know who did it? Do you know who did it? Anyway, so I'm like, no, I don't know who did it. I was just wondering, like, I'm like, bitch, what kind of fucking stupid ass question is that? Like, you just gave your motherfucking self up. I was like, okay, that's fine. Pop my tire, jealous, mad hoe, weird hoe. Anyway, so I'm like, okay, I just, you know, I avoid her and I don't really see much of her. I finally shook her. Like, you know, I go about the rest of my school semesters without seeing much of her. I think I know. So on graduation day, I seen another classmate that me and her were both mutual friends with. And you know, we had some group projects together, and I go up to her and we're going to call her Danielle. And we're going to call crazy bitch Lisa, because that seemed like a good crazy bitch name. Anyway, so I go to Danielle, I'm like, oh my God, congratulations. Like, and you know, she's just kind of giving me like this stale attitude. Like, she's very standoffish. She's very like, you know, like, I'm like, is everything okay? And she's like, yeah, like I wasn't going to say anything, but you know, I just feel like we really need to talk because Lisa told me all that stuff you said about me. And I'm thinking to myself like, girl, you know what I mean? Because I had literally never, you know, I never hung out with this girl realistically outside of school, and I never spoken bad about her. So I'm like, okay, like, you know, but I knew it was something fishy on Lisa's end. Now, she's like, yeah, like now's not the time or the place. Let's just go to lunch. We'll talk about it. I'm like, okay, cool. So of course we get together, we exchange notes, and Lisa had made up just the most erroneous, craziest lies that I supposedly said about this girl. I was talking mad shit about her, all kind of stuff. So that's not the part that bothered me, because it's like, bitches lie about that kind of shit all the time. I'm like, bitch, I didn't say none of that stuff. Cool, drop it. But what freaked me out was that she made up a whole life for me. She was like, you know, she told me that you guys have been friends since you guys were in the 4th grade, and you know, like you lived with her at some point in your life, and like just really bizarre. Like, she made us have this like super bonded, connected friendship where I'm like, bitch, I just met you last semester, you know. And it was just really weird. Like, she had taken a lot of aspects from my life that she knew and turned it into her life, you know, like bizarre. Like, it was just weird. Like, she had just made up weird dynamic for mine and her friendship, and then had inserted aspects of my life to be her own, right? That's like a movie, right? Like, that's like fucking crazy. So of course me and the girl are like, all right, well, we hadn't spoken to her in a while, but the girl had shared with me that she had a similar experience with her. She's like, you know, same thing. Like, you know, we started kind of hanging out, and she was so adamant to like hang out with me outside of school. Same thing. I hung out with her one time, you know, we went to a party together, and she was so weird, so I never fucking hung out with her again. What do you think fucking happened? She came outside and her fucking car was keyed. So she didn't pop her tire, but she keyed her car. Same shit. Knew where she lived, but didn't know apartment number or anything like that, but knew the building and knew her car. So I'm like, that's not a fucking coincidence. This is what this bitch does. Like, she just gets obsessed with people, and then she fucking stalks them, right? And then when they don't want to be your friend anymore, you fucking try and ruin their car. So, you know, after graduation, I didn't have to worry much about her. I blocked her on everything. So, yeah. that's my crazy bitch story. Isn't that fucking psychotic? I don't know where what happened to her. I don't know where she's at now. She's probably fucking stalking somebody else and pretending to be them and fucking wearing the same fucking nail polish color as another bitch. But yeah, isn't that fucking crazy? I'm like, what is it with me and attracting these weird ass bitches? So I just don't make friends no more. I just don't make friends no more because I'm like, bitch, you might be weird and you might be crazy. You might be in love with a hoe. I get it, trust me. Anyway, so that is my story. Thank you so much for listening. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, share, tell somebody about your girl so we can get this channel pimping. And I will see you next week, guys. Bye.